Have you ever heard a sound that makes the hair on your arms stand up? A sound that's part primal scream, part mechanical symphony? That's the sound of a legend. Today we're talking about more than just a car. We're talking about a 10-year reign of automotive dominance, an icon that defined an era. This is the story of the Lamborghini Aventador. When the Aventador first roared onto the scene back in 2011, it didn't just replace the Murcielago. It shattered expectations. It looked like it had been sculpted from a block of pure aggression, with lines so sharp you could almost cut yourself just by looking at it. And those scissor doors? They weren't just doors. They were a statement. A promise of the drama that was about to unfold. At its heart, literally, was the masterpiece. A brand new, naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 engine. In a world that was starting to whisper about turbochargers and downsizing, Lamborghini shouted from the rooftops with 12 glorious cylinders. The original LP 700-4, as it was called, unleashed 690 horsepower. Think about that for a second. It could launch from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a jaw-dropping 2.9 seconds. That's faster than the blink of an eye, a gut punch of acceleration that pins you to your seat. The 4 in its name signified its all-wheel drive system, which desperately tried to claw all that power into the pavement, giving you a sense of security even as you questioned your own sanity. But the Aventador wasn't just about straight-line speed. It was a technological marvel. It featured a carbon fiber monocoque chassis, something straight out of Formula One. This made it incredibly lightweight for its size and astonishingly rigid. The result was a car that felt like an extension of your own body. The steering was direct, the feedback was immense, and it cornered with a ferocity that defied its size. One of the most talked about, and sometimes criticized, features was its single-clutch automated manual transmission. Lamborghini called it the ISR, or Independent Shifting Rods. Now, this wasn't your smooth, everyday automatic. No, this gearbox was brutal. Each shift, especially in Corsa mode, felt like a physical kick in the back. It was violent, it was dramatic, and honestly, it was a core part of the Aventador's character. It constantly reminded you that you were piloting a wild beast, not just driving a car. It demanded your full attention and rewarded you with an experience that was pure, unfiltered, and utterly unforgettable. Of course, the original LP 700-4 was just the beginning. Lamborghini, being Lamborghini, couldn't just leave well enough alone. A year later, they sliced the top off and gave us the Aventador Roadster. This wasn't some flimsy, soft top. It featured 2 lightweight carbon fiber panels that you had to manually remove and store in the front trunk. Was it practical? Absolutely not. Did it make you look and feel like a superhero while driving with the open sky above and that V12 screaming behind your head? Absolutely yes. Then came the special editions, each one turning the dial up to 11. Remember the Aventador J? A one-off, roofless, windowless speedster that was basically a street-legal race car. It was pure automotive art, sold before it was even publicly shown. The evolution continued with the Aventador SV, which stands for Superveloce or Superfast, and it was. Lamborghini shed 50 kilograms of weight, boosted power to 740 horsepower, and added a massive fixed rear wing. The SV was rawer, louder, and even more focused. It was the Aventador that had been hitting the gym, and it set a blistering sub-7-minute lap time at the legendary Nürburgring, proving it was more than just a pretty face. Just when we thought it couldn't get any better, Lamborghini introduced the Aventador S in 2016. This was a significant update. Power was up to 730 horsepower, but the real game-changer was the introduction of 4-wheel steering. This made the car feel more agile at low speeds, almost like a smaller, more nimble vehicle and incredibly stable at high speeds. They also refined the suspension and aerodynamics and added a new driving mode, ASIO. This mode allowed drivers to mix and match settings for the engine, steering, and suspension to create their own perfect driving experience. The S was the more sophisticated, more intelligent Aventador. But the peak of the mountain was yet to come. Enter the Aventador SVJ, the Superveloce Hoda. This was the ultimate expression of the Aventador's performance potential. The Hoda nameplate is sacred at Lamborghini, reserved only for their most extreme track-focused machines. The SVJ had its power cranked up to an incredible 759 horsepower. But the real magic was in its aerodynamics. Lamborghini introduced a LA 2.0, their active aerodynamic system. Using flaps in the front spoiler and on the engine cover, The car could manipulate airflow in real time. It could stall the rear wing for less drag on the straights, and then direct air to either side to increase downforce on the inside wheel during cornering. It was mind-bendingly clever. The result? The SVJ shattered the Nürburgring production car lap record, cementing its place in history as one of the fastest cars ever made. Driving an SVJ is a sensory overload. The noise is deafening, the grip is relentless, and the performance is just on another planet. As the sun began to set on this incredible decade-long production run, Lamborghini gave us one final masterpiece, the Aventador LP 780-4 Ultime. As the name suggests, this was the ultimate Aventador. It blended the raw performance of the SVJ with the refined elegance of the S. It had the SVJ's monstrous 769 horsepower engine, making it the most powerful, naturally aspirated V12 Lamborghini had ever put in a road car, but without the aggressive, fixed rear wing. It was the grand finale, a celebration of everything the Aventador had been. It was both a beast and a beauty, a final thundering roar from the king of the supercars before the inevitable move towards a hybrid future. Owning and driving an Aventador is an event. From the moment you lift that little red flap to press the start button, you're part of the spectacle. It's a car that turns heads everywhere it goes. People stop, they stare, they take pictures. It's impossible to be discreet in an Aventador, and that's the whole point. It's pure, unapologetic automotive theater. The interior feels like a fighter jet cockpit, with its hexagonal design themes, digital displays, and array of switches. It's not the most comfortable car for a long road trip. The visibility isn't great, and it can be a handful in tight city streets. But none of that matters. Because when you find an open road, a tunnel, or a racetrack, and you let that V12 sing its song all the way to its 8,500 RPM red line, everything else just fades away. It's a pure, visceral connection between driver, machine, and road. The Lamborghini Aventador is more than just a collection of carbon fiber and metal. It represents the pinnacle of an era, the era of the big, loud, naturally aspirated V12 supercar. It's a symbol of defiance in a world that's becoming quieter and more digitized. It is a reminder of what happens when engineers and designers are allowed to dream big and build something truly outrageous, something that stirs the soul. For over a decade, the Aventador was the poster car on the bedroom walls of a new generation. It was the hero car in movies and video games. It was, and still is, the benchmark for what a supercar should be: loud, fast, and absolutely breathtaking. It's a legend that will be remembered not just for its speed or its looks, but for the feeling it gave you. The feeling of being alive. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through the incredible history of the Lamborghini Aventador. It's truly a special machine. What's your favorite version of the Aventador? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next automotive deep dive. We'll see you in the next one.